Yo, what's up guys? Teacher Paul here, and today we are reacting to Joost Klein on the Western media. So this is an article about Joost Klein and how he was not prosecuted, or he's not going to be prosecuted. And this is from the BBC News. So let's take a look at what the BBC is talking about and what they're reporting on Joost Klein. So starts off with the title saying, Eurovision star said, "There was never a case against me." So basically, if there's never a case, why did he get disqualified? For nothing? For absolute nothing? Okay, let's take a look at this. Joost Klein was one of the favorites to win the Eurovision Song Contest before he was disqualified. Eurovision singer Joost Klein has expressed frustration and relief after Swedish police dropped their investigation into a backstage incident that led to the disqualification from the contest. The singer was removed just hours before the grand final in May. It was horrible, guys. It was just horrible the way they treated him after an alleged altercation with a camera woman. But Swedish prosecutors said on Monday that they could not prove that a gesture Klein had made during the incident was capable of causing serious fear, or that Klein had intended it to scare her. Okay, so let's talk about this. From what I understand so far, there are images, there are recordings, and the prosecutors examined, the police examined, and the EBU examined these images. And the prosecutors found that there was no fault, nothing that could actually be interpreted as a threat or to cause serious fear, and they did not find any ill intent from Joost Klein. So from what I understand, there are images and there are recordings. The only one who saw some problem with it was the EBU. And how come like the prosecutors and the police didn't find any issues with what was seen in these images, but the EBU found? I can't understand that. I can't understand how you can eliminate a full country, a whole country, because of an incident that is not even going to be prosecuted. It's not even going to be, as Joost said, there's no case against him. But anyways, that happened. What happens now? Joost is not being prosecuted, right? So it's a situation that we can either say, okay, that's fine, or it's a situation that we should consider what Joost, well, of course, Joost is going to decide, but we need to consider, what do we want Joost to do in this situation? Do we want him to go back to Eurovision, give them the audience or the publicity that they want? Or do we just move on? So let me know in the comments. Do you want to see him back in the Eurovision 2025 or not? Here's my take. If the EBU wants Netherlands back for the next year of Eurovision and for the future Eurovisions, I think EBU needs to issue an apology to the Netherlands, not only to Joost Klein, but to the Netherlands. They need to issue an apology, and the next Eurovision, they need to cover all the costs. Give them free entry and cover the travel costs, cover all the costs that was covered by the Netherlands in Eurovision 2024. So I think that's a fair game. You issue an apology, and the next Eurovision, because you were wrongfully disqualified, all costs are covered. You don't have to pay the Eurovision fee. You don't have to pay the travel fees, because you've already paid for that in the 2024 Eurovision. So I think that's fair, and I would accept that as an apology if the Netherlands would go and participate for free. But again, I'm not Dutch. but I was really supporting Joost Klein, and I really wanted to see the Netherlands and Joost Klein in the finals. Let me know your thoughts. What would it take for EBU to be forgiven for this horrible mistake that they have made? Because if there is if there is not unreasonable doubt, or if there is unreasonable doubt, then the EBU should not have disqualified the Netherlands. Okay? It's strange because normally I make these videos, I'm wearing headphones, and now that I'm not, I kind of stumble on my words because I can hear my own voice, and that's strange. Let's continue reading. Okay, so the singer was removed just hours before. The Swedish police said that there was no ill intent, okay? Writing on Instagram, the singer welcomed the decision and said, "There is no case against me," he said, because there never was a case. However, he expressed disappointment that it had taken 3 months for the investigation to be closed. "The last couple of months were terrible," he said. "Even though I love to perform anywhere around the world, something didn't feel right. Why did we have to wait so long for an answer?" He suggested his disqualification had been motivated by commercial considerations, although it is unclear what those might have been. "Companies just want to protect their money, and they tried to use me as a shield," he wrote. A village against the city. So this is Joost Klein and what he spoke about in his Instagram. Every day I felt insecure whilst I knew the truth. Okay, I'm gonna read the full statement here. The full statement from Joost Klein, his words. "The last couple of months were terrible. Even though I love to perform anywhere around the world, something didn't feel right. Why did we have to wait 3 months for wait so long for an answer? Every day I felt insecure whilst I knew the truth. There is no case against me because there never was a case. We should all take care of each other. We should all support each other, and we should all come together." As his song said, "Let's come together, Euro Papa," right? "Companies just want to protect their money, and they try to use me as a shield, a village against the city. Guess what? Love always wins. Trust the process. Even though I lost all hope, we're back now, baby. Album mode." Okay. So this year's Eurovision Song Contest was unusually tense, marked by months of protests around Israel's participation. Several musicians came under pressure to withdraw, while others, including Eric Saad and Bambi Thug, smuggled pro-Palestinian messages into their performances. Some contestants complained of a tense and horrible atmosphere backstage, while pro-Palestinian and pro-Israeli groups held several marches through the host city of Malmö, Sweden. The day before the grand final, Klein did not appear at a dress rehearsal to perform his track Europapa, which was one of the favorites to win. Shortly after, the European Broadcasting Union, which organizes the contest, said in a statement it was investigating Klein because of an incident involving a member of the show's production crew. And the next day it was revealed. So we know this part. We know what happened. From the beginning, we have said that this disqualification was unnecessary and disproportionate, and so it now appears to be. That's the... Oh, okay, so on Monday, the broadcaster said that the Swedish prosecutor's decision to drop the case validated their initial response. So this was Avertros who was saying this. From the beginning, we have said this disqualification is unnecessary. We are still deeply disappointed that the Europa adventure of Joost Klein and of the entire nation of the Netherlands was brutally ended this way. The next step is to have a meeting with the EBU management about this matter at a very short notice. However, the EBU defended its decision to expel Klein from the contest. They're doubling down. They know it was a mistake, but they're doubling down. Jean-Philippe de Tender, the organization's deputy director general, said the police investigation was about whether a criminal act was committed, not whether Mr. Klein behaved inappropriately. Like all responsible employers, we do not tolerate inappropriate behavior and will always respond to any workplace issues that are reported to us, he added. This new development, therefore, does not have any impact on our decision, which we stand by completely. Despite that, Joost updated his Instagram biography on Monday to read Eurovision 2025. Okay. So, okay. So here is my, this is probably my last video about this. Here's what I think. I think Joost Klein was investigated and they found no fault, no criminal fault. The EBU says that his actions were inappropriate, so they didn't want any type of controversy surrounding his actions. I would suppose that's why they expelled him. However, there were so many other contestants that behaved inappropriately. Some of them broke the rules, just like, well, Joost didn't break the rules because the prosecutors and the people who examined, the professionals, I might add, who examined the images said that they did not see intent, or the way he behaved was not intended to cause fear or to threaten. The movement that they called a threatening movement did not seem threatening at all or to cause fear. So they were judging him by his mannerisms. That's what the BBC is reporting. I don't know what the Dutch media is reporting other than what I read yesterday. But in my honest thought, I think this was very unfair because there were so many contestants that did a lot of other things that you could consider dangerous if you want to. Because there were riots outside, so there were a few people who might have incited the riots to continue. Because if one of the contestants was pro something, it means that they were indirectly affecting how people were reacting outside, right? So that's causing a bigger riot to happen instead of, you know, telling people to calm down, I think. Anyways, guys, it's just very sad that they were in favor of other people and against the Netherlands, against Joost Klein. So what happens now? I think the EBU needs to be investigated. The police investigated Joost Klein, found no fault. Now there needs to be an investigation against the EBU to see if there's fault there. What are the motives? Like, is there anything hidden there, right? Man, I'm happy that Joost is not going to be prosecuted, but at the end of the day, it is very unfair. It's very unfair what happened to him. It's unfair because we knew from the beginning that without evidence, you cannot make someone guilty. But it seems that in this case, he was guilty until proven innocent. And now he was proven innocent because the police investigated. They looked at the images and they said, you know what? We didn't find anything. That's not enough evidence. If you're basing your claims on what we saw, then your case is dropped. There's no base for your claims. And that's what happened. So it's proven that Joost Klein is innocent based on the images that they investigated. Not lack of images or not lack of evidence in terms of, okay, he got away with it because what happened was not captured on camera. No. From what I understand, they have images. They looked at the images. They looked at the incident that was being claimed, and they judged based on corporal analysis, based on their professional analysis and their opinion. Their professional opinion was that the actions, the gesture, and the movement that they saw in that incident that was being reported did not cause fear and was not what people were actually mentioning that it was. So it's not like, oh, we didn't capture that moment on camera. No. From what I understand, they have the images and they judged it to be okay. But the EBU, for some reason, they looked at his mannerisms and said, that's inappropriate, you're out. But what about the other people, the other singers? What about somebody? Never mind, man. Never mind the other ones. But the singers were saying that there was a tense and heavy atmosphere. Bro, I'm telling you, I think they should be investigated now and see how they're treating their guests. The people who are performing, the people who are bringing everyone to watch Eurovision, how are they treating these guys? There should be an internal, not internal, an external investigation to see how people have been treated. And it's not only 2024. Stein mentioned that when she was on the Eurovision, there were also issues there. She also felt pressured. This is mental torture. You're bringing people to perform, and then you're treating them with disrespect. But then you're claiming that you want a safe work environment for your employees. What about the people who are there singing as well? You need to treat people well in both situations, not only your employees, but the artists as well. She wasn't supposed to be there, the camera woman. She wasn't supposed to be filming. That it was supposed to be a safe zone, a no film zone. Man, oh, man, I'm telling you, this is my last video about this. But I'm really tired of... I'm not only upset with what happened in the Eurovision. I'm upset with a lot of things that are happening with entertainment, the entertainment business. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I don't like when things happen unfairly. I just don't. Anyways, guys, we're going to go to the next video. Let me know your thoughts. The more I read about this, the more I get angry, because the Netherlands was disqualified for absolutely no reason. And now there's proof of it, that there was never a case. That's why I'm so upset. But anyways, guys, we're going to watch something more entertaining, and that's the end of that. But let me know your thoughts. Eurovision 2025? Yes? No? Take care, guys. Bye-bye. And let's hope Joost keeps his spirits up, because he's still disappointed, and I think we are all disappointed as well, right? That's it. Bye-bye. Now you can get full access to exclusive content, special reactions to shows, series, anime, full movies, and even request a video of your choice. Just become a YouTube member or join Buy Me a Coffee today. Find out more, the link is in the description.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right.